Over the past few weeks, we've been tracking several pro-abortion ballot initiatives that have cropped up in states that have enacted pro-life laws in the last year. States like Ohio, Missouri, Florida, and now South Dakota. Abortion proponents in that state have introduced the South Dakota Right to Abortion Amendment. One thing that's important to note about these ballot initiatives, they seek to override laws that have already been advanced in the states. And because these initiatives seek to amend state constitutions, they could result in a complete and permanent overhaul of laws that protect unborn babies. In South Dakota, it's no different. While some label the amendment as merely setting regulations on abortion, the reality is, if a woman can find a doctor who deems it medically necessary for her to have an abortion, she can obtain one at any stage of pregnancy. This is particularly concerning in a state like South Dakota, whose laws ban abortion in all 9 months of pregnancy. Joining us now is Bishop Donald DeGrood. He serves the Diocese of Sioux Falls in South Dakota. Bishop, thank you for joining us. What is your reaction to pro-abortion activists putting their agenda onto the ballot in your strongly pro-life state?
Yeah, it's both, I would say, very, very concerning, but it's not surprising. So it's concerning because of the dignity of every human person, which we know and believe that God has revealed to us, and the integrity of every human person is so important. So it's a very, very serious matter. It's very concerning to us. Not surprised, because certainly we see it in other states, and we know that sometimes people will advocate for what they want for whatever reasons and try to convince others. So I'd say it's both very, very concerning, but it's not surprising.
Right, right. And Your Excellency, how have the faithful responded to this potential ballot initiative in South Dakota?
I'm really grateful for the signs that I see of some really faithful individuals and groups that have a deep understanding of the integrity of the human person, God's plan, perfect plan for all of us. And so, for example, in our state, there's 9 different organizations that support parents and families and little kids.
Wow.
And so, yeah, we're so grateful to have them. That's been in place. But also, as it relates specifically to the ballot, I'm so grateful for the faithful who stepped up to said, hey, we need to have a decline to sign, inform people. Like, this is really serious. And the way it's being presented, there's some deceptive ways that those who are trying to get the signatures are using. And that, again, is very, very concerning. I've had people come to me expressing their concerns, like, I signed this thing and I didn't realize until afterwards that it's not a pro-life thing. It's actually just the opposite. So it's very, very concerning for us, the strategy, the approach. But I'm inspired because there are really dedicated people who are stepping into that. They're trying to address it and trying to educate people. So I'm grateful for the degree of engagement and education.
Yeah, that is encouraging, because what we're up against is very grave. Bishop, talk to me a little bit more about the resources that the Catholic Church in South Dakota provides to expectant mothers and families.
Absolutely. So this is long before me. Really so grateful. There's been a commitment on the diocesan end to care for moms and families through our Lourdes Center. So this is where people can come in, talk about their challenges, if it's an unwanted pregnancy or whatever it might be, and really to journey with them and to support them. In addition to that, we're grateful for St. Teresa's Fund, again, which has existed for some time to really help with financial needs. It's really important, I think, in all of this that we understand the church's great love and care for women and children, dads, families, and so that we do what we can to support it. And I want to credit Rapid City Diocese, also in South Dakota, for their initiatives too. They have an adoption agency that they help families with. They have a support system financially for mothers that maybe are trying to get through college and try to help them if they run into an unexpected pregnancy. So I'm grateful for the ways that the church has. Also, as you may be aware, we put out a statement, and I really want to thank Bishop Muich for his collaboration with that. Bearing the face of Jesus, after Pope Francis's, insight that we have to remember, this is the face of Jesus. Every little innocent one is so precious, and we must protect that. So we're trying to educate from the church's end in our role as shepherds, because part of our role as shepherd is to inform people of harms that are coming their way or are stirring even within our state right now, they may not even be aware of.
Yes.
So we're really trying to educate people on the reality of what's going on, some of the strategies that are being used to try to get people to sign because they need 35,000 signatures. So we're trying to educate people what is the reality, and then what has God already revealed. And of
Hmm.
course, our teachings of the church are just so beautiful and so rich on the preeminent dignity of every single human person. So we just want to be a support and a resource to warn people, to educate people in our role as shepherds from our prophetic office, so that
Yes.
we're making it known the truth.
Yes. And Your Excellency, could you explain just a little bit more about that statement that you released with your brother bishop?
Yeah, so the whole intent of that is really to educate people on the long, long history within our beloved Catholic faith and in Scripture of the dignity of human life, and that we need to respect it. It's how we should be conforming our own mind. We have a beautiful quote in there about how we need to conform our own mind, not to the world, so
Mm.
not of the mind of the world, but of the will of God. And so we're really trying to help people with scripture, some church teachings from previous popes, or church teachings of that nature, again, as an educational tool to help people understand what a great gift we have in the gift God has given to us in human life.
Bishop Donald DeGrood, Diocese of Sioux Falls in South Dakota, thanks for joining us. God bless you.
Thank you. You too.